Today we are continuing with letting your slow speech sound intentional. It's about letting slow speech feel calm and deliberate. Last week we talked about where your voice comes from when you feel more relaxed. We are going to talk about noticing how slowness feels. How does it feel to you when you speak slower? What I notice is that many people often rush their sentences. Especially beginner English speakers think that the faster you speak, the more fluent you sound. They don't do it because they want to. It happens because of nerves, because they think it's supposed to be that way. They may also do it because they think that silence feels uncomfortable. The thing is, when speech slows down, it can feel exposed. Like it's much easier to find your weak spots and to see your mistakes when you speak. When speech slows down, it can also feel empty because of those silences. Or it can simply feel awkward. Sometimes, when we speak slowly, I'm not trying to change my pace. I'm noticing what happens when I give the sentence the time it needs. Why is it worth noticing how fast you speak? What your speaking pace is. A calm pace can feel more natural, like it's less forced. A calm pace can also give words more weight. A calm pace will also allow presence to be felt. It makes it sound more important. It's quality over quantity. This class is not about slowing down on purpose. It is about allowing the pace that already feels natural. Pace is nothing other than how many words am I using? Where am I taking breaks in my speech? First of all, let's breathe. Where does my sound come from? You may feel like you want to add more words, like filler words or stretch the sentence or repeat the words that you already said, to have the urge to speed up again, to feel the emptiness between the words, to have that concern about sounding boring and a desire to add more words is very normal. It doesn't mean it's wrong. Number one, please sit or stand comfortably. Why is that important? Because your body also has a language, right? And you would like your body language to be relaxed, not tense. Take one slow, easy breath. Easy. Not deep. Then it's very simple. You just start speaking. It could be repeating exactly the words that I'm saying. It's about noticing how fast you say those words. You gotta adjust to the speed that works for you. If you think it's too fast, slow down. But whatever you do, do it out loud. It is important that you find your speed. How fast am I actually speaking? Do I have enough time to take a breath in between? It is important that you realize that noticing that is normal and it doesn't need fixing. If you have the urge to speed up, you don't need to speed up. It's not necessary. It is all about finding your natural pace. And that natural pace may be different from the way you have been speaking. So if you have been speaking faster, and right now you are repeating the words I say out loud, and you notice you really want to speed up again, and it's awkward, that's normal to notice. Just find in the end what is natural to you. Now then the question is also, what is natural? Some people take a break in the middle of a sentence. Some people take a break every few words. Try a few different things out. Noticing means looking, at what works for you. Just look at it and be like, oh, this feels nice. This feels comfortable. You don't even have to adjust it today. It will naturally happen once you find your natural pace. You will automatically adjust. And I'm trying to find my own pace, right? I am not comparing myself to anyone else. I do what works for me. If you're trying to speak faster than someone else, it's all about finding what works for you. What pace is natural to you? Do not compare yourself constantly to other people. Your voice is different from everybody else's. How your voice sounds, but also at which speed you speak. What is natural for you? So if you say that sentence, today is a nice Friday, notice, how do I say it? Do I say it with a break? Do I put any emphasis or intonation on specific words? Do I say it really fast or do I tend to slow down? Which one feels most natural for you? It's gonna be different than for somebody else. That there is no better or worse. There is just you and your pace. And it may be that you are using a pace, a speaking speed that is not natural for you. And I'm trying to help you find your voice. Because for me, I really like to take a break every few words. Especially in teaching mode when I'm doing live streams to help you understand the words that I'm using. It's about noticing your pace. So let me help you out with a few different sentences. I will say each sentence in a few different ways, and you can try to repeat that exact way. By doing that, you will find the most natural one for you. Maybe you'll notice that if you say it in one way, your voice comes from your throat and it's really tense. It's really tense for you, so it's not the right way. Maybe you'll find that the slower way with a break in between is very comfortable, very nice, feels good. And remember that when you repeat these sentences, those earlier thoughts of the urge to speed up, discomfort with the silence, feeling the emptiness between words, concern about sounding boring, and a desire to add more words that may come up. Don't worry about it. Don't give in to it. Just notice it. Speak out loud. That's how you can find your pace. I'm speaking slowly. I'm speaking slowly. I'm speaking slowly. Which one feels the most natural to you? Let's move on to the next one. This pace feels calm. This pace feels calm. This pace feels calm. Very different examples, whatever feels the most natural to you. Don't forget, when you're doing this exercise, you sit or stand comfortably, then finish your breathing, and say the sentence out loud. Listen and repeat out loud. I don't need to rush. I don't need to rush. I do not need to rush. What feels the most natural to you? Compared to my speed, it's about the same, slower or faster? And do you feel like you take breaks in the sentence or after the sentence? Or do you tend to emphasize words? You can notice the space between words. Ask yourself, am I using space between words or not? Also notice whether silence feels tense to you or if it makes you feel open and relaxed. What's my pace? When I sit or stand comfortably, I take a full breath and I speak out loud. and I finish my sentences. What is my natural pace? That is the main idea. There are only two more things to this lesson. If you haven't found your pace yet, there is a little exercise that you can do at home if it feels helpful. This week, let one sentence be slower than usual, or try to have a whole conversation slower than usual. Do not explain or justify. Just try. Slower than usual. When you do that, let the silence exist. Even if you notice that it feels uncomfortable, try to add those silences. I just want you to try, because most of you speak quite fast, and I think you can benefit from slowing down just a little bit, because that would give your brain time to catch up with your mouth in a lot of cases. That would prevent you from using us and likes and making the grammar mistakes that you do. Slowness does not mean uncertainty. It does not mean that you don't know what to talk about, or that your English is bad, or that you are insecure. I talk slow all the time. I probably talk slower than most of you. Often, it simply means that there is no need to rush. Remembering that English is not a competition, and that the faster you speak doesn't mean the more fluent you are. Speed and fluency have nothing to do with each other. When your speech slows down naturally because of the exercises we did today, or the exercise I gave you that you could do this week if it feels helpful. When speech slows down naturally, presence has more room to appear. And what presence exactly is really depends on you. Presence is the way you speak, the words you use, how you say those words, and how those words feel to someone else, right? We all talk to people and we think, oh, their English is better or worse, or they are more fluent than me, or they're really good at English, they sound really confident. That's presence. The stronger, the more confident you sound to someone. Often, when your speech slows down naturally, presence has more room to appear. You're giving yourself opportunities to improve. That's it. That's all of it. Next week, we are going to talk about repetition. Repeating the words that you already said.